When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, "Today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness." These are the opening words of Book 2 of Meditations, a quiet reminder to expect the trials of daily life, and to meet them with discipline and grace. Here, Marcus Aurelius begins a new chapter, not of gratitude for the past, but of preparation for the present. This book is a morning reflection, a mental armor, a Stoic guide for living well in a world that does not always make it easy. It is not about controlling others, but mastering your own response. This is Meditations, Book 2, presented by Rus Books. Verse 1. Remember how long you've put it off, how many times the gods have offered you this very hour, and how many times you've turned away. It is time to finally grasp the truth, the nature of the world you belong to, and the source from which your soul flows, like a stream from its spring. You have only so many moments. If you waste them, you will pass with them and never return. Verse 2. Let this be your discipline, to act as a Roman and as a man. Whatever you do, do it with gravity, with affection, with freedom, with justice, and cast off all other anxieties. Act each time as if it were your last. No vanity, no rebellion against reason, no complaints about fate, no pretending. You don't need much to live like a god. The gods ask only this. Verse 3. Do it, soul. Mock yourself if you must, but not for long. Time is running out, and you still treat yourself with so little respect. You've placed your happiness in the thoughts of others, but happiness has always been your own to claim. Verse 4. Why let the outside world disturb you so deeply? Give yourself a moment. Learn something good. Stop wandering. Even those who labor without direction are lost, not because they lack effort, but because they lack purpose. Verse 5. Few are unhappy because of another soul, but those who refuse to govern their own will never find peace. Tell them, if they do not guide their inner world with reason, they cannot avoid misery. Verse 6. Hold this always in your mind. What is the nature of the universe? And what is your nature within it? What is your place? What is your role? No one can stop you from living in harmony with that to which you belong. Verse 7. Theophrastus, in comparing sins, said something sharp and wise. Sins of lust are worse than sins of anger. Anger, though wrong, arises from pain, a recoil from harm. But lust, that is surrender. It is the will corrupted by pleasure, acting without need. So yes, the one who sins for pleasure is more to be condemned than the one who sins in grief. Verse 8. Whatever you desire, whatever you pursue, do it as if this were your final breath. For you may, even now, be standing on the edge of life. And as for death, if there are gods, then leaving this world cannot be harmful. They are just. They will not hurt you. But if there are no gods, or if they care not for the world, why live in such a world at all? No, there are gods, and they do care. They've given us the power to avoid true evil, vice, wickedness, injustice, all of it within our control. If anything else were truly harmful, they'd placed it in our hands to avoid as well. So, why be shaken by things that cannot make us better or worse? Life and death, honor and shame, pain and pleasure, wealth and poverty, they touch all, both good and bad, because they are neither virtue nor vice. They are nothing in themselves. Verse 9. See how swiftly all dissolves, bodies into dust, names into time. All these things we chase or fear, pleasure, pain, fame, look closely. They are empty, rotting, devoid of meaning, only illusions in the light. Verse 10. It is the mark of a reasoning mind to ask, who are these people from whom honor and shame arise? What are they, truly? And death, yes, death. Look at it plainly. Strip away the fear. See it for what it is, a function of nature. And to fear nature's work is to fear like a child. Yet death is not only nature's act, it is nature's ally. It serves her. Verse 11. Ask yourself, by what part of me am I joined to God? And what happens to that part when I wander? When my mind chases shadows across the earth, seeking answers in other people's hearts? Do not get lost out there. Turn inward. It is enough to tend the spirit within. Serve it, guard it, keep it free from rage and desire, from impulse, from vanity, from bitterness towards gods or men. Honor the divine, because it is worthy. Forgive the ignorant, because they are kin. They see no better, just as the blind cannot see the light. Verse 12. Live 3,000 years, or 10,000, yet remember, you only lose the life you are living now. The past is already gone. The future is not yours. Only the present, this fleeting instant, is what you ever truly possess. And whether life is long or short, it is always the same life, one breath at a time. So hold this in mind. Time repeats itself endlessly. The same patterns, the same faces, the same truths. And all that we lose is but a moment. Verse 13. It is all opinion. All is thought. All is perception. As Monimus the Cynic said, these things are as they appear and as we receive them. But receive them wisely, not just the sweetness, but the seriousness too. Verse 14. The soul wounds itself when it turns against the world. To be grieved at life, to resist fate, is to rebel against the universe that gave you birth. Or when the soul turns against another, with malice or envy or cruel intention, it violates its own nature. It wounds itself again when it surrenders to pleasure or to pain. When it lies, even quietly, even subtly, it divides from reason. And worst of all, when the soul acts without aim, without thinking, without aligning itself to the greater good, it fails its highest duty, to obey reason, to serve the universal law, to remember, even the smallest act must serve the whole. Verse 15. The span of a man's life is a single point, a flicker, the substance of it ever flowing, like a stream that never rests. Our senses obscure, our bodies built to decay, the soul restless, fortune uncertain, and fame, that too fades into mist. All things of the body like a stream, all things of the soul like a dream, or a curl of smoke rising, then gone.
This life, it is a war, a pilgrimage. And what is fame after death? Oblivion, nothing more. So what does endure? What walks with you, even to the end? Only one thing: philosophy. To preserve the spirit within you, untouched by injury, unshaken by pain or pleasure. To act with no haste, no deceit, no hypocrisy. To depend wholly on yourself, on your own actions. To accept all that happens as coming from the same source from which you came. And above all, to welcome death calmly, peacefully. It is only the dissolution of elements, the same elements that make up the world. They suffer nothing, they change and endure. So why should we fear what is natural? And what is natural can never be evil.